Hello students, today we are going to study lesson 10 Sun as a Resource. Here you can see the pictures, sun over here, tree and the clothes they kept in the sunlight for drying it, solar panel and here solar cooker. So we can summarize here that all the substances, all living and non-living things, they are using sunlight as a resource. So what are the benefits and how it is called, sun is called the resource? Today we will study sun, a natural source of energy. Plants need sun. This all the topics one by one we will cover today. Resource means something which we are using to survive on earth. Our day starts with the rising. Sorry for interruption. Our day starts with the rising of sun. Sun is the only bright things in the sky that we see during daytime. Sunlight helps us in many ways in our day-to-day life, as it is the main source of energy on earth. As I told you, that sun is the only one major source of energy, and it is give the light as well as the heat energy. Why it is called the natural source of energy? The energy which we get from God, the naturally which takes place, the occurrence is naturally, not made by man. This all type of energy is called natural source of energy. The sun is the major source of energy on earth. We get energy from the sun mainly in the form of heat and light. In the summer season, we can feel the hotness of the sun. And during daytime, we see everywhere it is a bright, but night dark. Sunlight helps us to see the things around us, and we also feel warmth as well. The energy we get from the sun is called solar energy. Very simple. The energy which we are receiving from sun is solar energy, not water energy, not wind energy. Because this energy from where we are getting? We are getting from the sun. All living things need solar energy to stay alive. If we ask, go and survive on the north and south pole, so you cannot survive because the adaptation is totally different. We cannot adapt that situation, that particular climate, and we cannot survive because we need heat, enough amount of heat and sunlight we need to survive on earth. So we cannot go simply and live in the South Pole and North Pole. Arctic region also we cannot go and simply survive there. That's why solar energy is very essential to survive on earth. The energy of a sun is very useful. For example, it helps us to form clouds which brings us rain. In the previous chapter also we have studied that how the ponds, all the ocean, the water bodies which receive the heat from sun And after receiving heat energy, the water gets evaporated. And when it evaporates, after coming in contact with the cold air, it condenses and rain takes place. So all this process, rain and rest other things, and evaporation, water vapor, respiration, all these things takes place by the sun. And rain is very important for all living things. It helps in drying crops and fruits. You might have heard that somewhere scientists are doing artificial rainfall. They are using silver iodide, but it is not as useful as natural rain. We are using chemical anyhow, it is going to harm the human beings. That's it. It helps in drying crops and fruits. If we are cultivating and harvesting the fruits and the crops, and if it is not drying, what will happen? All the crops it will damage very fast. There will be fungus, different type of disease. So sun is very helpful for drying the crops and fruits. It is also a good source of vitamin D that makes our bones strong. Many minerals which we are getting from the food, the component of foods, but vitamin D, the one and only one source is sun. Next bullet, the important points which we have to study, that plants need sun. Look at this image. Plants need sun. Here this roots are absorbing water as well as mineral through these roots, and it reaches to the leaves. And next, it is getting the sunlight and heat energy. The plant is observing the sunlight and heat energy from the atmosphere. This arrow indicates that plants receive carbon dioxide, and during the process of photosynthesis, it excrete oxygen, which is utilized by animals and human being. Let's come to the topic which is given in your book. Plants cannot grow in the absence of sunlight. They cannot grow. They use sunlight, air and water to make their own food. That's why they are called autotrophs. This process is called photosynthesis. The process of photosynthesis is carried out in the green leaves of the plants, and that is why the leaf is called kitchen of the plant. Leaves make the food, and food is then used by the plants to grow. Sunlight also helps seeds to grow into sapling. When we put the seed into the soil for the germination, we give water and it receives the air, but as well as for all these components, the seed also needs sunlight in enough amount, not much, otherwise it will dry. So when seed grow into small baby plant, that is called sapling. Plants give out oxygen into the air in the daytime during photosynthesis, not night, during the photosynthesis, which is being used by the animals for breathing, as I have explained through this picture. So today we have studied how sun is important for us, how the solar energy is useful for different ways, for many purpose. We have also studied about how Sunlight is used by plants. So your homework is to memorize the definition of photosynthesis and learn the uses of solar energy.